What is going on, everyone? Chris Beans here with Bowler's Rant, bringing you 3 new updates from Track, Deviate, and Radical Bowling. Don't forget to hit those like and subscribe buttons and turn on those notifications. All right, not only is it a Brunswick Tough Tuesday, it's also my birthday, and I am more than happy to bring you the latest and greatest updates from Brands of Brunswick. We've got 3 new entries. Check this out. The Track Theorem on the top left, the Radical Zig Zag in the middle, an extension of the collision series, the Deviate Violent Collision. All 3 of these are asymmetric entries, and that gets me all kinds of excited. Beans, give me the latest. You got it. Over to the interwebs. Let's get into this. So right now, first up in front and center, the Track Theorem. Okay, this is an asymmetric hybrid. Okay, and when I look at this is kind of giving me some vibes from an older Brunswick series, long retired, called the Forterra Intrigue. This was from their flip category. This was also a shiny hybrid, and just the color and the lettering just kind of make me think of that. And I'm not far off, because later when I show you the ball motion, this thing moves. Boy, does it move. Track, you did really good on here. So first, let's cover the specs. All right, this ball has the Prime Response Hybrid HK22 cover stock. Okay. It's got the MC2 asymmetric core, dynamic core, okay, all the good stuff there. The HK22 is giving me more pop. It's a hybrid. The finish 15 air micropad with Crown factory compound. And the numbers at 15 pounds. This is the important part. 2.47 RG with an 0.46 differential and a 0.17 asymmetric differential. So you're going to hear me like a broken record sometimes. When you get from 0.11 to 0.17, that's a lot of versatility in what you can do with a bowling ball on a variety of conditions when you're talking asymmetric, right? Now, this ball is 100% skid flip. Let me demonstrate here from the Track bowling video. Everybody should go to YouTube and watch this. Look at this thing. Girl, that is ridiculous. That is just bonkers. This ball moves, and it moves a lot. Track, well done. I cannot wait to see everybody get the review on this, and in particular, I'm really curious how this is going to look for Charles Hutchison. I know he posted on his Facebook. He's really excited. If you guys haven't seen the hype, you need to. He has got the scoop when it comes to the bowling ball reviews. All right, next up, let's talk about the Zig Zag. All right, so they use the computer program to do the outer limits, and now they're doing it with the core in this ball. So here is this new core, looking awesome. I think Mikey Pinnell said this was kind of filling the gap of the Results Plus, if I'm not mistaken. Drop me a comment about that. But also, we've got this really amazing cover that's in the core numbers that are, I guess, extending the hook window. All right, so over to the spec sheet. This ball has, I don't know how Radical does it, but they just always use the base cover. They don't really talk about the additives package, and that's kind of where the good stuff is, in my opinion. But it's an HK22 ball. It's a asymmetric core, zigzag asymmetric core. The color black, silver, lime. The finish 500, 1000, 1500 C air micropad with Crown factory compound, and the numbers at 15 pounds. Very interesting numbers here. 2.501 RG with an 0.45 differential and 0.15 asymmetric differential. Now, unlike the last ball that we saw, this one is a completely different motion, and I'm not going to lie, even though I like the way the last one looks, for someone like me who likes smoother motions, this is an incredible utility for a variety of conditions. Check out Axle Throws, which is basically the throwbot on 1400 RPMs, right between second and third arrow. Look how smooth that was. That is ridiculously good. There's Kiana Revs, looking pretty good. And we're going to skip through here to right about here. And we're going to look at, here's the pin down drilling. I love how smooth this is, right? This makes me want to drill a pin down ball for the first time in a very long time. And then the pin up, you still get some angle, but it's not like sideways the way it was with the track ball, right? Again, if you go back and look at this track ball just one more time, because this thing was just bonkers. Here we go. Here's Rich Hansen talking. I mean, this is a completely different style of motion than what we just saw from Radical. So this Radical ball, and don't forget, this is with the compound on it, so you can sand this and probably use this in a variety of conditions, but I have this one labeled as house shot versatile weapon all day long. Looking amazing. All right, now finally over to Deviate. Sadly, we don't have the Deviate video, and this is the one I really wanted to see because The Collision series is near and dear to my heart. A friend of mine, Scott Penna, who is recovering from a arm injury, has thrown this on my channel, and I love the way it looks. And this is a really nice color set. But on specs alone, there's one thing that's here that's different than the other collisions, and that's this new HK22 Havoc Pearl. I think it's my understanding this is the first DV8 HK22 ball, but someone can fact check me on that. I don't remember. But so we got Havoc Pearl, Collision Core, Blue, Silver, and Pink. I do like these colors, and I like the fact we have a really good contrast between logo and pour. Okay, now sounds like a broken record. 500, 1000, 1500 Sierra micropad with Crown Factory compound. I don't know why we have these hook and link numbers, because I don't feel like these mean anything anymore. They should just get rid of these. But what does matter, the numbers, 2.462 RG with an 052 differential and a 019 asymmetric differential. It's got dynamic core. It's got TOT. So you got the blue stuff. That was in the other two balls too. 12% more hitting power, coefficient of restitution. That means pen carry. Now, when you look at the performance chart for Dv8, you're going to notice that the brutal collision is more for the heavier oil, but this violent collision is sitting at the top here in terms of the most flip you're going to get out of stuff that's in their line. So I'm expecting this thing to be full skid snap delight. Okay, that's what we're looking at here. This core is incredible, and I really just can't wait to see it go down the lane. All right, now back to my favorite part of this discussion, which is the shelf appeal. On looks alone, I'm gonna go with the Theorem all day long. This ball looks like it means business. Listen, friends at Brunswick, if you don't feel like, if you have any of these laying around, I guarantee if you send them to Bowler's Rant, we will do the review on them. So these things look great. I guarantee you this trackball, a lot of people are going to be talking about it, especially on the houses where you have a little lighter oil and more of the safe area. This thing's going to be bouncing back the lane, and people are going to be asking about it. But in terms of how this thing looks, very, very recognizable between the three. That is my favorite. So universal release date for these balls will be in the video description below, and if you want to learn more about these balls and where you can pick them up, I've got links in the video description where you can grab these on bowlersmart.com. Whew, great discussion today, but don't take my word for it. I want to know what you guys think. What do you think of the Theorem, the Zig Zag, and the brutal and the violent collision? I almost said brutal collision. Violent collision. Which one of these do you think looks better? And then between the two balls that you saw between the Zig Zag and Theorem, which one do you think rolls better? And if you were to get one, what layout would you go with? Drop me a comment, let me know, and let's continue the conversation. More updates are coming, and until then, bow well.